Hey guys, this is CRYS1S Killer here, doing a new computer build video here for you guys, and just to demonstrate what some of us here use for some of our custom builds for our computers. Those of us, obviously, especially on the EG team, for the YouTube videos and stuff, we obviously need some high-end machines to use in order to render and bring good video quality and stuff like that to you guys. Obviously, video capturing and all the other editing of the software and stuff like that obviously requires a lot of horsepower. So obviously in the horsepower, you also need the right equipment, and you also need the right kind of case. What I brought here today is a new Rosewill Thor version 2, the white edition. It's the nice full tower case. I got that. I just got that today. I just unboxed that. The other box is over there. I've just set it by the door for now. There's nothing else in it. I have the GIGABYTE 990F FXA UD3 board, which is my main motherboard. It's got USB 3.0, SATA 3, and all that stuff. Running with the 6-core Phenom 2 Black Edition. 16 gigs of Vengeance RAM, CORSAIR RAM for my motherboard. I'm running two 120 gig SSDs, SATA 3 from CORSAIR as well. I do have two of these 6870s. Don't need to have two of them here displayed here, but I will have two of these in the machine. I'm only going to install one today. The other one is in box still, and I have upgraded myself to the H100i, which is was actually supported by the Thor V2 case. Initially, my other build I have is the H80, and then for this build upgrade, I decided to buy the H90, but decided that I was going to go with the full upgrade since this one's supported in the 90. Yeah, I figured it's smaller, so I figured go with the bigger one. If you're wondering about my room here, yeah, there's a huge bear on my wall. If you're wondering what that black thing was in the background, just a big bear. I shot and killed that here. I don't know. It's been about 5 years now. So yeah, we're gonna look at the build here. I'll get everything unboxed and we'll get started. Alright, so I got my parts pulled out of my old machine. Here is the old computer case. I guess you guys really can't see it. The motherboard there, like it says, the GIGABYTE 990 FXA UD3 board. I have my 16 gigs of RAM already installed. The processor is already still in the motherboard since I pulled it up from the last one. I just left it in there. I'll just clean it off, put some new thermal paste on there. It'll be good to go. There's the Radeon HD 6870 by XFX. This power supply came with the previous case I had. It's a brand called 7Team. It's a discontinued brand, but it's 850 watt power supply. My two 120 gig SSDs by CORSAIR, the CORSAIR SATA 3. They are in their hard drive cases. And then we have the H100 radiator, H100i I should say. This is the second generation one. It has the CORSAIR Smart Link built into the side. Comes with the two 140 fans outside the bag with screws and whatnot, mounting brackets. This is for the Intel motherboards. You have the back plate on it. Since this is an AMD board, it's already got the built-in bracket for the AMD type chipset, so it's already set for this already, so I don't have to change anything on the motherboard for the mounting brackets. This piece here is magnetized, just sticks right on there, so I don't have to worry about this falling off while I'm trying to put it on the CPU. It comes with thermal paste already on it. I'll probably just leave that on there and just use that stuff. So we won't be needing this. I'll put that over here. Alright, so here we are with the Thor V2 case. Now, not really, I don't really do much for unboxing vids, but figured out a nice new case for myself. Might as well make a video for you guys to see what sort of system we are running here. It's got the SATA ports on the front, regular, it's got 2 fan controllers, if you guys want to see. The fan controller is USB 3, USB 2, audio, and mic on the front. And once we get some better light, we'll get a better look at that later. Now let's pull the stuff out of the way so you can see. You get the box of accessories. You get the type of screws. It tells you how many you have, which is kind of nice, so you know exactly where to go. If you follow the instructions that come in here, which I think might be still in the box, which I'm not too worried about it. I've built thousands of machines, so I'm not too worried about figuring out which screws go where. One nice feature is these 5 1/4 drives. You push in and push forward and it locks it in. The little metal spikes in the backside are spring-loaded, but if they get lined up with the correct holes on the disk drives or whatever else you have put in here, you can push it in and it'll lock it, and then slide it forward to lock in place. It's just completely toolless. Same thing down here with the hard drives. You just pinch and pull once you mount the hard drive on here. So I'll have to transfer my SSDs onto here if I want to use these. Obviously they won't work any other way unless I mount them up in here somewhere, but I'm probably not going to. I'll just mount them down here. This case does support extended ATX board. It has 10 slots here for the PCI slots, or PCI Express, however you want to name those. The power supply does go at the bottom. The rubber grommets right here, they lift the power supply up. So there's actually, almost a 1/2 inch gap between the bottom of the CPU and the bottom of the, not the CPU, but the PSU and the power supply unit, and the actual filter at the bottom. There's a pull-out filter on the bottom, which you can wash and clean off every now and again. And then we have another filter here. This one here looks like it's kind of, you have to pop it out a different way. I'll have to take a look at that design some other time. It's got the 140 on the back, a 230 in the front, top, and on the side panel. The side panel does support 4 140s instead. I will be removing this fan here to put in the H100. It does mount the mounting brackets right here and across over here. So it is supported. It actually was supported, and specifically a user's choice to use in this case, because it's a variety of different options that you have. And if you guys noticed on the top of the case, let me stand this up quick. You have the legendary vents. Now, let's see if we can do this one finger. You notice here, this closes down up. They're a little tight. It's brand new, so once you get a little bit of wear and tear into it, they'll open up and close a little more smoother. But as you can see, the air will still come out the back and around the edges and stuff like that if you have this closed. But obviously you want to keep this open all the time. It'll let heat through. But then if you're traveling or whatever, make sure you can close these down and stuff won't fall in here. Yeah, that's airflow through that. It looks just like kind of like a grill sort of thing, like in a vehicle, and lets air through. And the fan controllers here, you have per fan or per dial on the front. You can get the support up to 3 fans. I don't know if you can see that. It says fan B3, which my phone's being a little weird here with the lighting. Fan B3. I mean, there's 3 fans per actual dial. If I can actually find it here. Looks like they're just kind of everywhere. Yeah, fan B3, A3, A1. Yeah, there's A and B. And then you have your regular SATA 2 port, I do believe. And then your regular USB. Yeah, this is for your eSATA, I should say. Your eSATA. The USB 3.0, which my motherboard does support. It has that plug-in right there for that. And yeah, so let me I'm gonna get the water cooler installed on the motherboard, and we'll get that mounted into the case, and I'll be right back. I'll show you then. Alright, so I got the CORSAIR H100i installed with the motherboard inside the case. As you can see here, I got it so it's going to be top mounted like it is. You got the two 140 fans, another 140, I believe this is a 140, yeah. And then there'll be another 230 on the side, on the front, and the one from the top, well, I guess that'll just be a spare. So next thing would be install. We gotta get the power supply in here, get everything wired up. So I'll be back here in a moment once we are ready to put all that in. So I'll see ya. Alright, so I got the motherboard put in, most of the wiring done here. I got my SATA cables to the hard drives, I got the power done to the hard drives, to the motherboard, to the graphics card, the CPU pump, and the disk drive up there. So on all that, all I need to do next is get the top cover put back on, get the front port assembly wired in to the hard drive, and then I'll be able to get the case start closed up and be able to power it on and give it a test. Now, hopefully, I think I got my these two 120s are in a RAID with the OS. I think I have them in the right order. I'm not sure if it really matters, but I think it does. And if it doesn't boot up, I'll just have to swap the order on them quick and then try again. Other than that, SATA drives are all in. There's the inside of the case. What it's gonna look like. And there's decent airflow going through here. Plenty going up to the top to cool the radiator off, and then more to the back. This big one in the front pulls air in. There's a big one on the side right here that pulls air straight in. Obviously, power supply has its own intake and exhaust with the filter on the bottom here. There's a filter here. You can put a fan on the bottom. I don't have one yet. I do have some spare ones sitting around. I could probably put one in there. We'll have to see how that goes. So yeah, I'll get the front top cover assembly put in, and we'll see how that goes. Got all the fans and the accessory power and the USB front panel and other connections here. Got everything all wired up the way it's supposed to be. All I really gotta probably do now is just a little bit more wire management. Get everything kind of cleaned up here a little bit. Just kind of get some zip ties and hook everything up. Put on the side panel, plug in the last couple fans, and power it on and see what happens. So yeah, we'll see how it runs here. And again, there's the top fans vents. The air will come through that. There's that front panel I was talking about. You have your two fan speed controllers, your eSATA, your two USB 3.0s, two USB 2.0 mic and headset, also the power switch as well. And there's also a little rubber grommet area right here. You can lay like USB drives or whatever. Things won't slide around. It's pretty sticky and rubbery, so it works as a nice little tray for, you know, little USB adapters or whatever you want to use there. Tip this back down. You can see inside again. We have the CORSAIR H100i It's a dual 140 fan. We also have the phone's being a little weird here. The FX Radeon HD 6870. I do have a second one, haven't put it in yet. There's the rear fan. Here's my two 120 SSDs by CORSAIR. Another SSD here I use for storage. There's a 1 terabyte, or 2 terabyte, 1 terabyte, and a 250. I am getting another 3 terabyte, which will replace these two drives. So once I get that in here in the next couple days, that'll be installed. The front fan, there's a side panel, which has the huge fan on the side as well, which will definitely bring in airflow directly into the machine to help keep it cool. And my power supply. And I closed up the back already, but I have all the cable management ran through the back and brought through the rubber grommets, so yeah. That's pretty much that. So let's get it all closed up and we'll power it on. Alright, so there we have it. As you can see, I got the machine booted on. It's booting up the Windows. I must have got the drives in the correct order and no problem so far. These lights in the front actually act as the hard drive lights and CPU lights. It doesn't distinguish which one is each, or which one is which, it's to say. It's nice adequate airflow here. Obviously I gotta burn this thing in a little bit more because it's going to need to to melt the thermal paste onto the CPU. So as you can see, you get the little CORSAIR logo there from the pump. Can't see inside there. There's no other lights. I might install that one spot in the bottom where the open fan is. I might install the extra. I have a fan, I think, laying around that's colored, and actually it cycles between 4 different colors. So I might be using that to get some color on the inside of the case. Yeah, so that's pretty much the build on that. The total cost is build, I guess, I want to say roughly just slightly under 2,000. That's counting my previous case and this one that I've spent so far. I'd say I'd spent $2,000 on total on this machine. So overall, it's a great machine. This case is absolutely awesome. It's quiet, as you can tell. This is just on basic settings, and I don't think I'd have to get any higher or lower on that to adjust. So now here's the extra fan I was talking about, or the one that I took out the top. I mean, that's just how big they are. There's the one on the side just like it. It's just massive. So yeah, this is CRYS1S Killer, and this is my custom PC build. And we'll have to leave a comment in the bottom there and let me know what kind of specs you have on your machine. It'd be nice to know what some of the other guys have for setups. I know Braden did a custom build machine just lately, and so did Andy Hellraiser6. He also did a custom machine not too long ago. I'm not sure if he's going to do a video or not, but maybe this will get him to get him working, going on that. So it'd be kind of cool to see what he's got in store. Yeah, hope to see you guys next time. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Talk to you guys later.